Welcome to Transaction Review and Calculator Practice, June 2015. We're going to be going over a couple of scenarios. One that I brought up because it's something that I want to look at. It's uneven cash flows. And I actually had, this came up, Kathy, that note with you and I, let's see, that, you took a look at I sent it around about the uneven cash flow note. It was a land note in California, and it's kind of like, gosh, how do you calculate these things? And so I wanted to make some progress on that. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about, I'm going to bring up this scenario. Have you guys worked on uneven cash flows where you have, different payments or little mini balloons, things like that?
I haven't.
Earlier today, I got a reminder from the guys who made the end-of-day development software. I said, I know you guys have a way to deal with this. I've just forgotten how to use it. So I got a refresher. Not every once in a while, this was a note where purchase price on it was $304,000. They put 54 down. There's a $250,000 note. And here at the bottom, I have this is the amortization of the original note right here. So you can see that there was a loan of $250,000. They pay $2,000 a month. So it's a 5-year note total. So they make 60 payments of $2,000 and an additional $26,000 every year in March. So 2,000 plus the 26 is 28 every year like this. And with the final balance due at maturity, 60 months out of 68,827. And so this is what the note looked like that we're buying. And so when I put up my note opportunity sheet, how is it that I can know that if we're paying 200,000 for that 250 note, how can I prove to my investors that they're going to make more than a 10% return? Because they can't go onto an online calculator and just get this to work out. So basically what we have is, in the traditional sense, and then I'm going to work off of this amortization. So here's the way I'm getting paid for this, because this is basically a little bit less than what I'm actually paying for the note. I'm going to come out of pocket about $1,500 to close this. But I didn't want my investors going higher than this investment to value. So there's no money up front for me to, take a fee of any kind. So my fee will be taking $250 out of each of the monthly payments, and then $1,000 out of each balloon payment here. So that's how I'm going to get paid. Basically, $3,000 to $4,000 a year just for the management of it. So this is what's left over for the investor that comes in at 200,000. So they'll get $1,750. Not 11 times, because 2 payments have already come in, so they'll get 9 times. Then they'll get a balloon of 27,000 because I'm keeping 1,000 of that. Whatever. So and then at the end, I think there's maybe a $3,000 boost at the end that I will get if this all pays off as projected. So this is the payment stream coming into the investor. So really, I have this payment stream, 1,750 times. Right, so this is how many payment streams: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different payment streams. So this is the old school way of doing it, right? 1,750, 10% interest is what I'm shooting for. We have not 62, so 58 payments left of this. So what's the present value of that cash flow stream? Okay, so then for 58 payments of 1,750, someone could pay this much and make a 10% return. So let me try writing that part in, hopefully a little smaller. 80, what did I say that was? 228. Okay, so now that's one cash flow. Now we go back to the other one. In 9 months from now, or I guess that's more like 10, something like that. But let's call it 9 because I think I did my example. So 9 of those, it's probably more accurately 10, but anyway, I'm gonna keep it right here. Well, I don't care. Let's just see what happens. So 0 payments. So now I'm not counting any of the regular monthly installments here. I'm just checking for questions. Okay. So now I've got to just count and treat this as a cash flow all by itself, although I could probably set up an annual if I wanted to change my whole, to one payment per year. I could take 4 payments of 27,000, but I really don't want to change my basic settings for this. So this is just how I do it. So I won't have any payments in. I'm just going to get 27,000. And that's a negative number over here for future value, the way I do it. 10 months from now, this lump payment, no monthly payments in the meantime. I still want my 2%. Okay, now I'm going to calculate for PV. What will I pay for that? 24,849. Okay, and then I have to go back. All right, now I've got another one. That will be 12 months later and 12 and 12. So you can see I'm going to do this 3 more times. So recall 10 and then 12 plus 12. So that's a year later. I have 22. I'm going to get another 27,000. What can I pay now for that one? 22,494. Okay, next one. Recall n plus 12 equals 34. What can I pay for that one? 2362. And one more time. Oops, recall that plus 12 equals 46. 46 months from now, I get another one. I can pay 18,432 for that one. And then finally, I got the last one of recall this plus 12 equals 58 months from now, not 27, but 65. Oops, dang it. 65 211 is the final balloon payment. And what can I pay for that? Okay, 40,297. Hello. 40,297. And then if we add all those up, and I'm going to do that right now. Let's compare it to what we get when we pop in using In-A-Day Development's little cash flow tool that I like, that I just really got turned on basically just today to really remember how to use it. 22494, 2362, 18,432, 40,297. Okay, so basically the total for that is 206,662. Okay, so this is the total I can pay to get a 10% return. Since we're paying only 200,000, they're obviously making, I don't know exactly what it is, but because it's trial and error with this way. But obviously if they're paying less than 206, then it's more than a 10% return. If the note pays exactly as expected, not early, no extra principal reductions, no default things, making things complicating it. So anyhow, any questions so far? Comments?
Yeah.
So that if me as the second lien holder, I have the right, if I'm a second behind a first, I don't have the right to collect the payment for on behalf of the first lien holder, right? But if I have a wrap, I am collecting the payment for the whole payment and then forwarding the first their portion, right? So